sound wasted already, bro.
Sorry, I am, dude. We've been pre-gaming with like random shit over there.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more into that. So our dear editor is back, Ruey Xuan, and today he has brought us a very fine guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Yong. My stage name is Cypress.
Your stage name?
For
what kind
music,
of?
Yeah, music stage.
Not
I
drag.
see.
No, it's not Chip and he has a deal.
Wait, what?
Not a drag.
Okay.
Drag queen name.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
no, no.
Alright.
Very good. Very good. Please tell us a bit more about yourself, since it's your first time on this.
So
Show.
I am 26. Maybe attached. Working. Don't ask about my work.
Dude, this ain't no AV. What the hell? Dude, chill.
Yeah, just DIY musician sort of. Both like live music, post audio, etc. etc. I graduated from NTU, EE engineering. Then yeah, my hobbies are just right now is mainly music and coffee.
Music and coffee.
Yes.
Very good. Now, before we get started with this episode,
We gotta find out more, man. Like, what do you mean by DIY musician? Like,
DIY. It's
like what do you get? Like, because you're triple E, right? You
no,
craft
as in,
your own,
no,
like-
what do you call it? DIY organizers. Basically, like they organize event shows without help of like sponsors or they call it underground gigs.
Ah.
And such. So I'm trying to say like DIY as in everything learn myself or like do myself.
it's like
Yeah.
an indie, like startup kind of.
It's like grassroots level type. I don't know.
Interesting.
Don't know what the word is.
Yeah,
Technically,
so-
I'm also in the same.
same kind of
Yeah.
industry, lah, so to say.
So basically, I started music at like secondary school. You know, like all those music lessons in secondary school. Okay, some
I
secondary
thought it's
school.
primary
yes.
school level. No, man.
No,
Oh,
apparently you
so-
play a recorder. I don't think.
No, I was playing the violin and
Oh,
filming
wow.
at it.
I thought it's recorder.
Yeah, like what the hell? Violin is expensive, man. You're rich.
Yeah, there's like a class that you take, right? That you can take when you are maybe P2 or P3, and needless to say, all my musical talent has been taken by my brother magically, called genetics. And as a result of that, I failed grade 1 piano. I never learned how to play the violin. I learned how to use it as a physical weapon. And the recorder may as well be used in some kind of dojin. That's about it. That sums up my musical capabilities.
Yaoi or what?
No. You know I swing in the correct direction for my direction. So, but with that said, before I was so really interrupted,
Yes, hi.
I first need to cover some sponsors that we are having for
Oh.
this episode. So first of all, this is a pseudo sponsor by Drink-X. Drink-X is a little project that's done by 88 Bamboo, one of Asia's most forefront alcohol companions. They do journalism, and Drink-X is a crowdsourced review site. So if you are looking for different kind of reviews regarding these many kinds of alcoholic beverages, wine, beer, sake, whiskey, especially for us, then do come over here and you can find some interesting crowdsourced reviews. For example, some by myself. Right? Now, you can create an account, it is free, and you will be able to find many different recommendations. For example, oh look, the menu of this location that we're in, the Yammer Room by Swan Song is over here. And you can see yours truly has placed some reviews inside there. Right? Aside from that, we are being sponsored by Yammer Room by the Swan Song. You just ignore this shiny head over here. You can see that this private room here is used for events, and we do have some very interesting preferential rates if you were to come through us, especially for cocktail related stuff. Alright, now with this all done, you do have like a small little like business that you run related to coffee, right? So
Wow. Yes.
we should slim me the deets, electronically, not physically. And he told me that you run something called Rule 40. You mind sharing a bit more about that?
Run. I would say co-run.
Cool
I
run.
did like less than half of the work. So basically, Rule 40 is a home-based coffee cafe lah. We're still experimenting on it. So what we're trying to do here is like as we all know, a lot of people are trying this thing out also. But for us, me and my friend Jayvon, we try to make it more hobby like, less businessy lah. Yeah, so
Hobby cafe. A hobby cafe.
Hobby cafe, yes. So for him, Jayvon himself is the true founder. He does photography and video for full time lah.
Who's Jayvon?
The guy that shot all this.
Bruh, so he's not even in the photos. He's hiding.
I guess, yeah.
Is this you?
No.
So these are some models that you summoned up to look really cool.
Yes. It's just friends and family though.
Okay.
So as you can see, like, if you scroll from below, like, there's nothing much about coffee except for the middle one lah. So the plan now is to
there's
like,
one more here.
yeah, the plan now is to make it look as interesting as possible, then slowly introduce the coffee side, which I think that's his plan to like, cause like when you first see like, oh shit, this looks good, right? Then when you dig into it, then you're like, oh, this is about coffee and stuff like that. Cause if we start as like just showing, oh, we do coffee, and coffee, then it'll be the same as everyone every day.
Nice.
So yeah, then we try to make it affordable also. Oh, we are roasting our own beans.
Roasting
Yeah.
your own beans by like talking badly about it. You roast it by saying that, oh man, you're kind of sus bean.
Yeah, like,
Oh.
smell the bean. Hello, good morning. Then you talk to it.
Okay. How do you actually roast the beans in your house? I'm not too familiar about the process. Is it like a pine nut you throw into a pan and then you?
So
no,
there's,
what?
there's
I don't know
this,
shit, bro.
there's a lot of products called sample roasters. So they roast like 100 grams per time only. But okay lah, it's like one time roast is like 8 minutes. So it's very fast lah. Then it's quite cheap and small because the size is basically like this bottle but a bit higher only, that's all.
Oh,
That's
the
all.
roaster.
There's a
Yeah,
roast.
the whole roaster. Then
I
we
see.
just okay. At first we wanted to source beans from like maybe like, can I say names like what's it called? Zero Coffee Roasters. Then but after we play around, then we find out actually the beans that we roast quite usable. Like
Quite usable.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just as good as outside.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not sus.
Yeah, it's not such. Then we like, okay, I'll just try to perfect it a bit. And we have a lot of coffee friends that are helping us out with how do we get a proper roast. Because roasting is another ball game where like look at the temperature, then the temperature rise of the time, then the first crack of the beans and all.
The first crack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Crack means many different things in society, so.
Like popcorn lah, popcorn.
Okay.
So what are you thinking about?
Oh,
Thinking about Yao,
If you need help
No,
to
no.
roast your beans, he can help you with the roasting lah. I'm pretty sure he's very well versed with
It's
vicious
just fire,
mockery.
bro. Spitfire.
Vicious mockery, man.
Of course, exactly, bro.
The bean took damage.
Yeah,
Yes.
then our pre-RSVP opening was quite. Is it a success? Maybe it is, but it's fun lor. It's fun.
From like a more objective perspective, does coffee, you try to keep it cheap, does the coffee actually itself have like decent margins in terms of like per unit sold or per bag sold? Or is it like something you need extremely high quantities of and eventually economy of scale?
Because right now we are doing in small quantities, still okay. Because I think the expensive part for most people is them sourcing for their beans. I mean for like home base wise, usually they'll source for roasted beans already, which is quite expensive if you look outside lah. Then for us, we managed to push down the price because we start roasting on our own now. Then our where we got our beans from is just online shops and all, quite cheap one lah. Yeah.
You know, you can actually get like unroasted
Like
beans in Singapore.
green raw
Yeah, right.
beans.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's not a very consumer good, so like
Yeah.
top.
So you have to get like a raw bean and then you roast it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Look at these two coffee people, coffee nerds. Let them talk about. I'll let you talk about your other nerds subject. So Ruey Xuan introduced me to you on the basis of you perform music.
Yes.
Right. I remain quite clear. I'm the least musically inclined individual, but tell us more about what you do with music, and you should try and like dig out more info because I know jack shit.
Like,
Okay, basically I record major in J-pop, J-rock.
wait, how do you major in?
As in, that's what I mainly dive into. Yeah.
J-pop, J-rock in
So you got a
Singapore.
degree, bro.
Yeah, like, what the hell? That's why I'm
You got a degree or diploma, bro. What?
Dude has a diploma in.
I have a
Bullshit.
theoretical degree in theoretical physics.
This PhD in Guling.
Exactly, bro. I wrote my thesis on Non-Stop Nut November, so
Well, I guess it means you are like indies, like you're in the indie scene.
these
doing-
nuts.
In this
Singapore indie scene doing J-pop,
Different.
J-rock.
different, what do you call it, meaning?
Huh?
I think indies is, for what I know, Singapore is the really indie.
Like Western, like 2010 style kind of thing.
Yeah, like chill music or
Right.
I don't know how to explain
It's
it.
like those hipster kind of music that white people love to listen to.
Okay, so where do you play, and you play J-pop, J-rock stuff?
Yeah, where do I play?
As in like where does your band set
Oh, you
up?
having Golden
Yeah.
Mix?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
They are
Golden
good
Mix?
friends, good friends.
Good friends.
Yeah.
Like AFA?
Hmm?
You played for AFA before? Or like one of the other
Yes.
big festivals?
Okay, gosh. Okay, let's not shit talk, but
Hey.
okay, but AFA basically, okay, let me go to how our scene is. Our J scene is like, mainly our J scene quite awesome, quite awesome.
Awesome.
Then mainly I will, in my opinion, I will describe as there's like 3 factions. There's like musicians, idols, and dancers.
Now we just have modern day musicals.
No, but we work hand in hand.
They're not fighting lah.
Yeah, like Golden Mix, for example. Like Golden Mix is quite close with all the idol friends and music friends. And they just at the side DJ. Then that's why usually you can see, if you go to the events, you'll see like similar faces here and there.
I've never been to a Golden Mix in my life.
Yeah, then sometimes they will like collab, then sometimes they will dance. There's like dance, and then there's recently, I think they don't have music yet, don't have actual band music yet. For example, there's this dance event called Oredan.
Oregon.
Yeah, O
I
R
dance.
E. Dan. Yeah, this
Okay.
it's organized by my big brother, lah, but
Big brother.
Big brother.
older brother.
Interesting.
Your older brother.
Oh.
My
Someone-
older brother is another story actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he organized. He's like the biggest. He's like the biggest name when you think of J-pop and dance.
In Singapore.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you know some?
Sorry?
Do you know some?
it's called Say One.
No.
His name is Say One.
You need to say one.
Yeah, but basically, he usually have this annual event already done. Then they will do like locking battles.
Knocking battles.
To,
Oh, this is not
to,
Toriko. What knocking, bro?
to Japanese music.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
So they will knock on what?
lock.
Oh, lock.
Then
Oh, shit.
Like
freestyle dance or freestyle dance.
Ah.
Yeah. Then usually they'll call Golden Mix over to help them DJ the whole battle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know a guy called Brandon Locke. Maybe he has ever appeared inside it.
G Dragon.
I don't know, bro. His actual name is just Brandon Locke. I don't know his Chinese name. I don't think that knocks is anyone.
Yeah.
He's a dancer.
Oh, okay. Then recently the K-On Club, this
K-On
Japanese expat
Yes.
No, I only know the anime K-On, but I don't know the
Yeah.
K-On Club.
Yeah,
So-
I was part of that.
Oh, what?
I played for K-On Club before.
Oh.
But continue.
club. So they are like formed in by this group of Japanese expats that play music. They are quite a wholesome community. They just annually play for their friends and families at clubs.
Oh.
Yeah,
So they're softcore.
Pretty.
I think it's because, okay, I mean, no shit talk again, but there is like Japanese faction inside and then non-Japanese. So they don't mix with the Singaporeans / other nationality people who play the music.
So they are just.
So they're racist.
I was gonna say xenophobic, but
But they're mixing
they are just.
nowadays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
so
you open
that
up
was
the
back
Racial
then, I guess.
integration.
Yeah, old gen or something. I mean,
Yeah.
old gen meaning like June 2025, but sure.
So this is
What
a
is
relatively
timeline?
new scene lah. At least
No, the club has been around a while
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Yeah, it's been around for
Yeah.
like what, 4 years or something. Around there.
Interesting.
Since COVID.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so as you said, it's made up of these like Japanese expat people, but also locals can join, and there are quite a few like enthusiastic locals inside also that play like all the different instruments like guitar, drums, bass, so on. Yeah, so how they organize it is that they split everyone into different bands because there's a lot of people in the Keon club, and usually bands are around like 4 to 5 people, right? So you need to divide everyone.
I feel like I've seen a few anime about that.
Sorry?
I feel like I've seen a few anime about forming bands.
Yeah, like Bocchi or
I've never seen Bocchi the Rock's common media, that's all I'm saying.
yes. So you watch the PhD Gun version of
Of
Bocchi.
course. I don't watch, I read.
Read.
So
As an
it's
educated manga read.
more like they just jam with each other in a.
No, they have performances that they
Oh.
build up to. So
Okay.
the performance that I played for was at this bar called Heroes.
Oh, isn't that just nearby?
Yeah, it's just nearby.
Then you just go down and then you technically get to the back door.
Yeah, I think the bar owner is part of the Keon Club.
Oh.
This Japanese guy lah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so basically we use that venue to perform. Yeah.
I see. Very interesting.
Yeah, then all their families will come down, all the kids and moms.
Ooh.
So it's a
Very
family-friendly event.
Yeah.
I see.
But what I'm trying to get at is that this Oriental event,
Yes.
the Golden Mix helped them do DJ, then Keon also recently collabed to like play live music with as a side segment of the whole show. So like everyone kind of like knows each other and wants to be together. Yeah.
Wow. It's truly the friends you made along the way.
It's a very
The friends you
tight
made
knit
along the way.
community, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So wait, where does your role fit into all that? Like, where are you now?
Because I'm under like the music side.
So you're one of the performers.
Yeah, something like
Musicians.
Yeah.
Performers, musicians,
Like
very important distinction.
recently the Triple S Fest, if you have heard of it.
When was that? Where is it? And is it happening again?
Yeah, it's every
What,
year.
Every year.
So last
I don't
time,
know, why not?
it was, what's it called?
J search it up, Triple S.
DJ Party.
Sorry, Triple S.
Yes.
This is some
Whoa.
Triple S
Yes,
Fest
yeah,
2025.
yeah.
It's a girl group.
Yeah.
Skip. Do you love anime
So-
cosplay and J-pop?
Oh wow.
Last
I
time
did
it
not know.
was DJ Party, and it has always been under Singapore Street Festivals event. Yeah, then they rebrand into Triple S lah. And yeah, it's an annual event or then
You're just playing.
our
Bro, pass already.
He said it
Unlucky.
was his past, but next year.
our group is like everyone here is like almost all know each other one. Then this is like our gathering day per year kind of event. Yeah.
Makes sense. It's like when all the degenerates
Yeah.
gather.
Marks
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Spencer, oh my god.
Then yeah, for my band we collab with dancers. Then we play while the dancers dance.
Oh.
So it's
What's your
all
band
six.
called?
We were playing under Ichiro, the bottom one. Yeah.
The what?
Aijo.
Yeah.
Ichiro. Oh, damn.
Yes. With Suyobi, the dance group.
Ah,
Alright.
very
So-
interesting.
Everyone's our friends.
Alright, so what instruments do you play?
Mainly
It's fine getting to me on the matter.
Yes, man. we gotta know what.
He just wants to know if you blow. That's all.
Sorry, what?
Or what?
No, there's no blowing in like rock bands.
Really? There's no
We-
blowing
Flute,
shoes.
There's
Hey, bro,
wait,
see,
you
there's
told me a
flute, bro.
flute?
Hmm?
Oh shit, are you hiring?
What?
There's no saxophones, no trumpets.
Got someone play flute.
Okay. So
Right.
what do you play?
I play guitar mainly.
The bass or just like
Just guitar. No time to play others.
Mm, I
okay.
see. Just like Shred Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because,
You were saying?
no time. Because mainly I have a lot of side projects also.
Side projects. Oh, a busy man.
No,
Sorry.
no.
So this is more like your side gig, kind of like when you have time you jam with your buddies.
Yeah, it's like community.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, gentlemen, I think it's time we go on with
Yes.
the whiskey side of things instead from the weed side.
There's much more we to go into.
We need to actually start drinking.
Fair enough. I think
We cannot run 2 hours and then we start drinking. No, I will die first.
If we get him a bit more drunk, I think it will be a lot more exciting. Let's go.
Then we need to drink. Very good. Alright, so first of all, gentlemen, as you can see, we have some water bottles. We recently got an unlimited supply of them because we took part in a event here that's called a SG Whiskey Weekend, as egregious as the name sounds. And as you can see, we've been gifted all the leftover water bottles from the event. Because when you expect 200 people to come over 2 days and half that turn out arrive, you end up with a massive surplus. That's all I'm saying. But it's fine, now we are profiting off this, and yeah, please. Water is a very good palate cleanser, so please make sure that you have one, because I would like to start this off with something.
Kobe!
Kobe.
Let's go.
Why did the thing so uneven?
Because I like it that way.
Very well. Then why do you go back on your word?
Because I got
Can you
cashed
check
in.
if that
I'm
thing
so
is
sad.
filming still?
I think it's still filming, it's been
Okay.
23 minutes.
Okay,
So
nice.
actually, it's one thing I'd like to start. Today we're going to be a bit different. We're not going, because we're on the topic of coffee, we're not actually going to start with a whiskey, but don't worry, I do have some interesting stuff in mind for today. Today we're actually going to start with a cocktail, so we're now cocktails and cocksters instead of Whiskies and Weebs. So, I have a question for the people who actually drink coffee here. What is the fucking difference between an Americano, a long black, and regular, black coffee? I don't know. What is an Americano?
I have an opinion, but you can go first.
No, I have no idea. I assume all of them are just like
The black
espresso
coffee.
shots with more water.
What makes it different from kopi o kosong peng?
Wait, which question?
No. So what is an Americano? What makes it
If
different
I'm
from
not
kopi o
wrong,
kosong peng?
Americano. Wait, long black or Kosoping or American?
Like, so what is an Americano? What makes it different from kopi o kosong peng or long black?
Okay,
It's
like,
a
I think
texture.
each of them is different, has a different law behind the differences.
Law.
But like Americano and long black, I heard like Americano is just a name by the Americans, and long black is, I forget which country, but it's another country. But another theory I heard is that for long black you throw in water first, then the shot, whereas Americano is the shot first, then water. Or is it the other way around?
Essentially, it's just a coffee purist
Right.
saying you're wrong.
Yeah, but it is the same.
This. So it's a over exaggerated thing measuring competition between.
Pretty much.
It's, I mean, there's more of a difference between espresso and those coffees.
I think that's fair.
Because like, Americano is an Italian word, right?
Yes.
And the Italians are the ones who only drink espresso.
Mamma mia!
Exactly, just one shot a day,
Kind of weak. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
So what?
But it's okay. So this is a question I wanted to get out of the way because there is a cocktail called an Americano, and I only found out about it quite recently, which is why we have these two fine ingredients here. So the cocktail Americano is actually made out of 3 different ingredients, and we actually do need ice for this. It's what we call a long drink.
It's very
So
crisp.
that's why I have these rock glasses here for them. So Ben, if you could comfortably start quietly loading the ice inside, instead of my god, this editor, edit this out. Just kidding. So the Americano cocktail is more of a appetizer kind of a drink. It's literally made of an aperitif, which for us, I have a bottle of Old Campari aperitif. So for the two of you who are not so initiated in the ways of the liquor world or liquormans, so an aperitif is essentially a drink that is meant to stimulate your appetite. Whereas a digestive is one that's meant to supposedly aid you in digestion. No one can factually back up these claims or whether they actually do either response. But we end up with a series of very herbal aperitifs that end up in the market, supposedly for their ability to stimulate your appetite. Together with it, you have the aperitif and a vermouth. Now, vermouth is a kind of fortified wine. Essentially, you have a higher alcohol percentage wine. Wine, as you know, made from grapes, but can be made from a variety of other things. But most vermouths, they are typically made of red grapes, and then what you do afterwards is that you bump it up in different flavor styles. So we have here a sweet vermouth, so more red vermouth, or vermouth rosso, and together these two ingredients and soda water produce what is called as your Americano cocktail. So
Wait, I don't understand, but long story short, is it good?
it's a bit more bitterish. So this is something that normally people take in order to try and stimulate their appetite. So we're going to stimulate our liquor stomach, and so
Yes, that's the most important question.
So if it's good, I'll take it.
I mean everyone's going to get to try it.
So you're gonna have to try you're gonna try the actually decent stuff before we get to the cursed stuff.
Yeah.
Which I
No,
have
today
to
there's no
do.
cursed stuff. Today is
Are you
just stuff all
sure?
around.
I'm looking at 2 bottles of pretty cursed stuff right there.
No, that's pretty decent stuff. What are you talking about,
What do you
bro?
mean? That thing is weird on its own. That is Chinese
Oh,
rose.
but you
alcohol
brought that, so
that my friend purchased for me from China. And it smells like bundle. You can twist the cap off and you can give it a whiff.
yeah. But I'm just gonna start like loading all these in.
I love how the ice I put it in the wrong way and now it's
Because
just catching.
Thanks.
Fermented.
Fermented.
Yeah, it has a sorghum base, so I expected it to be a bit like either gao liang or baijiu.
Which baijiu is sweeter, I guess.
I think that's a very questionable thing, and it does depend on the way that it's produced. So this year, I believe it's the Italian Vermouth by a brand called Poli.
Alright, so how much do you drink?
Wow. Low key every day.
Oh wait, good, be one of us.
Good.
I don't drink every day, I drink every night. As I affectionately tell others.
So I guess you'll be prepared for oolong tea next time.
Oh yeah, man. I think we need this guy back on as a return guest.
Let us prep the oolong tea.
My favorite is beer.
Yeah?
But nowadays, okay, I like gin quite a fair bit. Like all the different gins. Cause I think I like the exploring the floral and berry stuff of gin. Anyway,
Back to
Oh, the cursed bottle opener.
now I'm
It speaks.
now I'm looking at sake also. Because
Ooh.
quite interesting.
So you're more the floral. You're more
Yeah.
the floral, herbaceous kind of.
Yeah.
I guess this would be.
This
right down his
should
alley.
be up his alley.
Yeah. Not that early.
Not sure about whiskey.
Ah, so that is up to you to explore. Then you slide it across.
I think the table's a bit too not slippery.
Sure.
Bartender can do it.
Bartender? No, it's a bit too. Maybe if you write it.
So give it a bit of a shake. You do need
No,
to
it doesn't.
disrupt the ingredients from the bottom, otherwise the top will just be very man flavor. Because you didn't bring a bar spoon. My god, the audio for this is going to be terrible.
No, it's ASMR.
Oh yes. So what do you want me to tell you, bro?
Why is this called an Americano when there's literally zero coffee in it?
I have absolutely no idea. Why
Does it taste like an
is an
Americano?
Americano cocktail
So why is this called an
called an
Americano?
Americano?
Got the medicinal flavor.
It looks.
Bro, let's see what AI overview from Google says, bro. It seems like it's liked by Italians. I have no idea why. It's popularly Americans. Wow. It was called a Milano Torino because it's made of Campari and sweet vermouth, which are Italian. They have changed to Americano because American tourists and soldiers liked it. Well, so gentlemen, let's warm our palates first. So, cheers.
Cheers. That is I don't know what to say.
It looks like Americano.
I mean, it
Definitely
does.
doesn't taste like Americano.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
How about you? I guess tell us. How does it taste?
How does it taste? A little sweet and vermouth. The vermouth not very strong.
The vermouth is the only sweetness you're getting.
Huh?
Because this is a pretty old bottle of Campari. I believe 80s from the guy who sold in the bottle.
All this.
Old Camparis tend to come across very wild. They can be either super egregiously sweet or they can be bitterish. But definitely not as silky as the modern Campari aperitif that you buy.
Yeah, I approve.
You approve?
See?
It's like good Chinese medicine.
That's
That's
right.
what I was gonna say. It's like you're very grainy. Like imagine there's a lot of sediments. Like it feels very sedimentary.
Yes, of course, bro. The old Campari vermouth, the old Campari aperitif is extremely sedimentary.
Oh yeah, fair enough. It looks very
Look, it's so
Holy
black. It's so dark, dude.
I can't see.
There's no opacity. The opacity is maxed out. That's it. You can't really tell much about it. You guys drink, so you drink very frequently, but and you drink a lot of beer. Do you do cocktails frequently?
No, where got time?
You ain't got time, bro. I thought you were the one buying or someone's buying for you.
No, I also no time to go bars.
Do you not get drinks when you like play at locations? By like,
I don't do bar gigs.
you don't do bar gigs or
I
restaurant.
think that's another ball game.
Oh.
Or your Samtiu, Mango.
Fair enough. J-pop is not a very big scene in Singapore. I guess.
Don't worry, when the first Japanese whiskey bar or something pops up, it actually is opened by someone who is 30 years old and not someone who is 60 something and actually understands culture, then we'll see. I'm
Alright.
sure. I'm sure. Put enough hands together, we can all achieve that.
Right, with the drink out of the way.
Yes.
Most importantly, as you're quite a big weeb, I assume, because you're in the J-pop scene. Like,
Don't expose me.
I mean,
Bro, this is a
this
podcast.
you know what it's
Podcast
called?
Whiskies and Weebs.
Like, dude, you're on the it's in the name. You're a weeb.
Okay, I'll wait on you.
But given that,
I'll feel shameless about it.
Otaku.
No one is gonna judge.
Posh.
posh.
Oi tachi wa otaku desu. Ponto.
Yeah, anime connoisseurs. But anyways, back to our topic. Since you're quite the weeb, is there a particular band or any any band or singer that you're particularly fond of?
Inspiration.
Or since you're playing J-pop, I assume you don't write your own music that often.
Recently writing, but slow.
But like when on the regular you'll perform.
So you're asking what's my favorite artist?
Yeah, what's your favorite artist?
My favorite is Yorushika.
Oh,
You know,
I have no idea.
yeah, it's
Are you an uncle or what?
to be fair,
I
it's
don't listen to J-pop, bro. I don't listen to music.
Yeah.
Dude, I have no musical music is just sound to me.
Stop right there,
occasionally it
criminal
stirs
scum.
your emotion, and then I'm like, I need some epic scenes to go along with this. That's why I need anime music.
to him, the flute sounds like someone scratching glass against glass.
That's quite true though.
Yes, that's why he hates my ass. But
What a
anyways, Yorushika is it's not as big as the other more recent bands like the Yoasobi and
okay. We can
Zutomayo.
let's
Is
go
Yorushika
into the
considered a
law.
band or a singer duo?
I mean, there's a
like
singer duo.
in the same tier. I mean, to me, they are in the same
Is
tier.
it?
They are internationally no. Locally yes, but
Locally, when you're saying Singapore.
locally
Or in
Japan
Japan.
yes, but even more inside, right? Actually, Yorushika is like a bit more senior than the rest. Cause this is a long story. why I like this band is after hearing them, the guitar is very nice and all. But how I got deeper into it is because of their songwriting and lyrics. Because their lyrics is very literature style and everything is like done by this one guy called Nabuna, which is the guitarist. He basically, some of his songs he writes the lyrics based on like old folks and poems. Then yeah, and somehow the melody is like refreshing and exciting, and I still cannot believe he does everything, like guitar arrangement, composing, recording.
So it's a one-man show, and he just gets a singer on board and the people to play the instruments.
The instruments, yes. Singer, I think singer quite like did her part also lah, in terms of like getting the right emotions out of his intentions. Yeah. Oh, and talk about instruments. If you know Tatsuya Kitani, right? He's the Imademo, that guy.
He did the Bleach intro.
Hey,
Sorry,
which Bleach?
not too familiar.
The new rebooted Bleach.
Thousand Year Blood War, which
Yes.
season?
First one, I believe? It's like the rocky sounding one.
Ah, okay, yes.
Yeah, basically
Very
this
nice.
Tatsuya Kitani is an artist by himself, but he sessions as a bassist for this band.
Oh, okay.
And also the drummer was also from another band called My First Story, and he now moved to this band.
Isn't My First Story the brother of the guy
Yes.
from One OK Rock?
Ichiro. Yeah. He
This
was,
relationship goes deep.
yeah. Then inside the music scene in Japan, right? Rock band lah. Everyone respects Naguna, and a lot of bands take inspiration from this guy himself also. Like if you know what's the name? Tsuyu.
So I believe I've heard.
All the right, a lot of emo songs. Yeah, the guitarist, I mean, yeah, the artist is of high respect to Nabuna also.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I guess you're more into the newer age rock kind of
I guess so, yeah.
interesting. Because I guess I lean more towards AKG if you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Asian Kung Fu generation.
Of course, man. They are the OGs, one of the OGs. And then Supercell, Rio.
I feel like I've heard of that.
Yes,
The golden classics.
they have. I believe Supercell has already stopped producing music, right? Yeah, Ego is also stopped already. AKG is still going strong for some reason. Like they're just a bunch of uncles playing at this
They're
point.
immortal uncle.
That is very good.
They're like the
Love it.
Beatles.
Of J-Rock.
They've got soul, man, but interesting.
I speak of a musical anime in some degree.
One musical anime. Dude, we have a whole range. Like, why are you looking at the band? Sorry, I used to play the flute. I was from the band.
Yeah, he likes blowing. You can tell. Yeah.
So when I heard that they were hiring, there's a flautist inside the band scene. Interesting. Time to find out. I'm surprised that there's no saxophone player, man.
Jazz music.
Dude, it's a saxophone. You can't go wrong with a saxophone.
Maybe saxophone not weak enough.
Dude, that's
Epic Sex Guy is not
Epic-
weebish,
fair
so
enough.
I think that that sets the tone. But I believe the anime I wanted to talk about was Angel Beats.
no, that's not a lot of music in
Hey,
there.
there's
there
some
was-
music.
There was a
Lisa.
band. Sorry?
It's basically Lisa.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like Lisa singing, so that's all you
Ah,
need to
fair
know.
enough.
That's why I like Fate as well.
Also-
But that aside, so I wanna like. Do you watch? You did watch Angel Beats,
Of
right?
course.
Do you watch Angel Beats?
No.
Do you watch Angel Beats? Very good. There's one coffee that shows up in particular in the series.
No, it's just the author. He puts it in every of his.
Yes, but it's because it's ran by Key Studio.
Yes.
Which is why you end up with Key Coffee. I really just want to say this.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah. Because it's
Of course.
so I actually paid a visit to Donkey just now because I needed to, get some relevant things in for this episode that would actually craft the talkable topics. Otherwise, then we talk non-stop about just things. And we wouldn't actually cover like what Whiskies and Weebs is. So, but hey, that's right. So, I went and got this like flavor pack from donkey earlier, and it comes with a couple of different flavors. I have absolutely no idea what they are because I can't read Japanese, can't read kanji or hiragana or katakana. So
Time to get good, sir.
that's very true. I do need to get good.
It's time to get good.
Yeah, but have you actually ever tried key coffee?
I think so.
Have you ever
I
been to
remember.
Japan? Or multiple times?
Yeah,
That's right.
quite a lot.
Multiple times.
Quite a lot.
Too
Which
much.
you?
Yeah, I've been to Japan.
Very good. Yeah.
Going soon as well.
Ah,
I
nice.
also want to go. But,
Same.
oh, damn. I'm starving, man. Yeah, but I do believe I have ran through almost every single convenience coffee that you can find in Family Mart. Just out of sheer boredom. And just okay, today is Georgia Boss. But I don't think I've ever seen key coffee show up inside there, which is why I had to buy it here in Singapore from a donkey here. Which is very fun. But hey, I actually do have some around here. I have no idea what this flavor is. I just yanked it out and it's a drip coffee. So.
Coffee flavors.
Oh shit! What a genius!
Dude found out that water is wet, man.
I actually got ice prepared to throw into this, and then we've been yapping for so long that
And it got
it
cold.
just got cold, bro. You wanna try some?
Sure.
Don't spit it out in my direction.
Tastes like coffee.
Mmm.
Amazing.
I
Chef class is full of
I ain't
matches.
sleeping now.
Sleeping. What sleep?
But you'll find key coffee in the vending machines, I think.
Really?
Commonly. Yeah.
Hot damn.
I don't know how to rate this at all.
It's coffee.
It tastes very normal to me.
Let's have a coffee
small?
expert actually give us a rating.
No, not expensive.
I guess it's more on the food.
Say the guy who runs his own coffee business.
It's quite. It's not harsh. It's not bitter.
It's not bitter.
Yeah.
It's not happy. But
Oh, yeah.
I think if you leave it a while, it becomes acidic.
Okay, so I better finish
Yes.
this real quick.
I guess he's not sleeping.
No, with that said, so we actually do need to bring the coffee but to very relevant things
Oh, okay.
related to Japan and whiskeys, and that's the thing I want to go into next. We had a warm-up cocktail, but it's time to actually cleanse our palates, suck on some water, and then we can get down to our first drink. Alright, gentlemen?
Yeah, I was hoping.
Alright,
to do the
okay,
music stuff.
gentlemen, what are the core values?
Really? Which one?
No, actually, it's just a.
Just a
you
number.
know, Rishan was in the same unit as me during this,
Ah,
right?
yes.
So just a practical
So,
joke.
do the number 8 only.
No, just drink out.
There's
Just drink out.
9, right?
Sorry? 9 for
Yeah,
value?
yeah,
Do the
9.
record?
You're
Yes.
not supposed
No.
to. It's like Fight Club.
But do you guys actually even remember what they call
No, I don't know.
Loyalty, country, leadership, fighting spirit. I don't remember the rest.
Safety.
Safety, most important. Alright, cleanse your palates because we're going to get into our first whiskey of the night. Okay, we're finally going to live up to the talk show's title.
If you gave me a helmet, I might have been able to remember it.
Wow, I thought the helmet was going to help me forget.
I don't know, that
Alright.
thing is like.
Don't use the old helmet, right?
Sorry?
Don't
Oh,
use the
yeah.
new helmet.
There's a new helmet?
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
ugly.
Oh my god, that's also a new LBV.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
What are helmets?
I'm thing that you put on your body. Which part, I'm not sure. Okay, so
Yeah.
today we're going to go into a very interesting whiskey. So, this one here came by virtue of good fortune. As you can see, there's still paraffin latched onto the cap. Paraffin is here to essentially trap it and preserve the condition across travel, because you never know whether the foil seal that covers the cork is enough. Now, this here is a very interesting bottle. This was brought to us by a Japanese bar owner. So first of all, you guys may not, Seiyo may not be aware, I hope Rishan has learned from the previous episode he was around, but whiskey and its information, characteristics can be a bit annoying to work out. So first of all, this is what we can call a blended whiskey. Now, blended whiskey means that there must have been at least 2 different, what we call distilleries, which are places that produce whiskey, putting the liquids together, so putting different alcohol together. Now, there are different kinds of whiskey, but usually you run into 2 different production kinds. The first is what is called grain whiskey, the second is what is called malt whiskey. Now, grain whiskey means that you took different grains, or maybe just one grain, you then turned it into the whiskey. Simple enough, right? For malt whiskey, you must have barley, you malt it, and then you turn that into whiskey. Really a massive oversimplification of the processes here. I know. Alright, but those are the different kinds. So one, grain whiskey, second, malt whiskey. When you do a blend, usually you have two of them. Either just be called a single malt or single grain whiskey.
That's what it means.
Yes, that's what it means. So this here is a world blended whiskey. That means that there's not just one country's worth of whiskey inside, there's multiple. From my understanding, there's at least 2 different kinds of Japanese whiskey and then 1 more Scottish whiskey inside. That should be Benriach if I remember correctly, that's the name of the distillery. And then the Japanese whiskeys that are inside are from Hanyu, which is the Lost Distillery, and Kawasaki, which is the Lost Distillery. Hanyu, I believe, produces single malt whiskey, and Kawasaki produces grain. Now, this here is produced by quite a renowned distillery in Japan right now. It's called Chichibu. These glasses that you have over here are also produced in the Chichibu distillery. And this here is part of the it's actually part of the thing that put Chichibu on the map. Chichibu actually started off producing blended whiskies, under the title or the label Ichiro's Malt and Grain. So Ichiro is the founder of the Chichibu distillery, and he started off by producing Ichiro's Malt and Grain. That is commonly found across a few distributors in Singapore. I believe La Maison de Whisky is the primary importer of Chichibu itself. And this one here is an exclusive bottle for a bar called Albion's Bar. Now, Albion's Bar is located in Tokyo, Japan. I believe I have the data over here. So, as you can see, located in Kita City in Jujo Nakahara. Nichome, I don't know how to read this stuff. Alright. Now, the bar owner, Takagi-san, actually came by to the Swan Song like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I can't remember. And then he gifted this bottle to the bar. Now, one very interesting thing, I mean, this is a 50th anniversary bottle, which means that the bar has been around for 50 years. And it actually didn't start as a bar. It started as a coffee place called Coffee Albion. You can see, look on the bottle, take a look at it. Yeah. So that's how it lasted so long. So the Takagi-san is actually a second generation owner. His father started Coffee Albion, and eventually, as he went on, he then started Albion's Bar. And this is a private bottle of Ichiro's Malt that was done for the 50th anniversary of the Albion's Bar. Alright, so this here we're going to be doing like some samples of this. So
We are getting to the part where everyone is excited about.
this whiskey.
Yeah, law drop, right? People fast forward, you know.
Yes.
If only
It's
the
just
law
been
could be as
submitted.
short as Shaco's.
Oh
Shiku doesn't exist. It's a hallucination.
It's the same for Kokmo.
No, Kokmo is at least.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
At least Kokmo has the void thing going. Really? Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's do a slight detraction before we get into this. First of all, it's been
T1 is
a
going to win.
fantastic game today.
Oh, yeah.
Filming. You know, T1 absolutely destroying top esports, TS. I was absolutely shocked when I saw it.
I guess they want to talk.
Bro.
The comeback is on.
Come
Actually.
back, man.
Yes.
No, they were just throwing the early games to farm content.
Exactly, bro. So one of our friends postulated that the reason why T1 does this like 4th seed bullshit is because they are trying to maximize the amount of airtime they get by playing as many games as they can. So they have to put themselves in losers bracket so they have a longer climb. Yes, and so they build up hype.
Oh, I quit a long time ago.
Damn, bro. It's a quitter.
It's too toxic.
Oh yeah.
It's a quitter, bro.
When they merged the servers.
Oh, that was so just like
Even before then.
Just friends. Eh? Yeah, still friends.
Yeah, man. But with that said, so let me run Seyong through how we process whiskey when we talk about it here as on an episode of Whiskies and Weebs. So there's usually a 2-step process that I like to say when it comes to drinking whiskey. So the first and foremost is the nosing process. No one looks at the color unless you're trying to write an extremely long review that will end up on AA Bamboo. So first of all, we can look pretentious for the camera. Second of all, we can nose the whiskey. So when you nose whiskey, try not to jam your nose all the way inside, especially whiskey that tends to be a bit higher in alcohol percentage. I believe this is what, 58%?
56.
56, close enough.
Yeah.
So don't get worried about the alcohol percentage. Usually it's a bit of a gaff, you know.
Mm.
There's no strong whiskey, man. There's no strong alcohol. There's only weak, man. Right? So he knows it. You can do two things. You can either slowly approach the glass, or you can slowly back away from the glass, so that you can aga roughly what amount of smell you want to get. All right. So first we nose. Let me know what kind of flavors you're getting. It's a sherry whiskey.
How do I hold this?
You just grab it however you like. Yeah, there's nothing.
If you want to. Ultimate DJ.
You know how L. Lawley holds his glasses. Yeah, but you have to show your face to the camera so you look good. So please, give it a nose. A lot of figs for me. So, what about you guys?
Very grapey, like a wine.
Very good. It's a sherry whiskey. I'm so
Makes
proud of you
sense.
for
Yay! It doesn't look like one though.
It does, dude.
I don't
It's
know.
dark.
Is this quite
It's not
peaty?
as
No,
dark.
it's not peaty at
not
all,
peaty
bro.
at all.
It's unpeated, bro.
It doesn't look as dark as I would expect it.
I mean,
Then again,
don't
I might be compensating for the light.
No, don't have a crazy misconception around what sherry whiskey should be color-wise, because
Is
the
it
thing
not
about
supposed to
it,
look like this?
no. Maybe all sherries that use the transport
Yes.
casks tend to
Smell
have that
Moscato.
Moscato. Smelling
Okay.
sparkling wine.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
can see
usually
It's the grape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the grape.
Yeah.
Usually we try to make
Interesting.
associations to like things that we understand or know the flavor of.
I can see
Right.
Moscato. Yeah.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
I don't know, I get a lot of like to me that is the smell of grape stem. Like the stem of the grape, so it's like slightly viney, there's a bit of a grassiness to it, there's a bit of a very clearly plant-like nature to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this whiskey is not meant to be shotted, you don't like swallow it in one shot. You take small sips of it and then keep it in your mouth, let it roll around your tongue. That's how you try to draw out as much flavor that you can, then you can describe what the flavor is like. Now there's typically two stages to this. There's an initial palate and then there's what we call finish. Now the finish can be in several terms. It could be like long or short, it could be very like potent, it could be very weak, it could be a whiskey that finishes very fast or it just unimpressionable. So the thing is, you should try to put it into your own words what the whiskey is like. So, gentlemen, cheers.
You need to get a good drink.
Ooh, very good.
Right above.
Exactly, bro. Oh my god. 1 meter is.
Do I sip it?
Yes, so take it in slow sips.
Very dramatic. And now I take my sip.
You keep it in your mouth. Let it chew around, let it go around.
Then I sip to it.
Yeah. Take a moderately big sip, like about 1 ml worth. Roll it around the tongue. Try to tease out what kind of flavors. Try to ascribe like a note to it.
It's much thicker than I expected.
Very syrupy, right?
Mm.
I actually posted a review on this on my Instagram like a while back. Because it's part of like
Yeah,
receiving.
your job.
Yeah. So we got to taste it first. I was quite surprised. Very splendid.
My nose enjoyed this whiskey.
Your tongue did not.
I think it's. Yeah, it's.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It's. How do I put it?
But it's quite thick, yeah.
Yes. Syrupy, very full. Sherry comes across like quite well. I think it's not very offensive, it's not too one-dimensional.
No, this is very sharp, like metallic. Like, it's like when you bite a battery, when you lick a battery.
Who does that?
When was
Sorry?
the last time you licked a battery, bro? About 6 years old?
You never truly forget the taste of like the metallic taste of like licking a battery. No, it's like that, a bit siap, a bit like
I
jaw,
think I forgot the taste. Because I didn't do it.
a bit siap, a bit jaw, like for like clenching kind of back of your palate. Acidic? Not really acidic. It's just very metallic.
This is my first time drinking it properly, so it's like very warm.
Warm.
Like takes like
They're the apples, finally.
it slowly delays into warmer and warmer, then it releases, and like you're just happy.
Guys, no alcohol is a legal drug, but let's try not to get too deep into that part about it.
Dude, it's the Bob Ross of.
Yeah. So Albion does have an actual website that you can refer to. I don't know why it just says stop there. I'm sure it just brings you back to the top page.
Yes.
Then I can't read Japanese, so this is roughly how it looks like. They have a very fantastic supply of Japanese whiskies available. So if you are going to go Japan, you want to go for like a crazy free flow, you have about $300 to burn. I would suggest that you go over to Albion's bar. Yeah, I'm not sure about the coffee, but allegedly what the owner tells me is that they have a daily, extremely limited supply of I believe Bailey's cheesecake or something like that. So you have to make a reservation if you want to go there and have the cheesecake as well. Alright,
See my next experiment.
your next experiment, Bailey's cheesecake.
Why not? No, this. I guess I'm not particularly fond of this whiskey. It just. I don't know, it might be the influence of this,
Ugh, look at
but
this guy.
there's just a bit of like. Siap.
Not sure you. Bro, you can't get over the tannins? Bro, we've been drinking coffee the whole night, what do you mean?
I'm not sure, it's not the tannins. The tannins is there, but it's like, there's this metallic siap a little bit.
Now, usually the metallicness, I like to characterize it as part of grain whiskies like nature. So you remember our Johnny Reds? Sometimes they come with this metallicness alongside like the Maobi.
Not as strong.
Yeah, because that's 40%.
This
It's
is
56. Full force Kawasaki ring.
I guess I'm just weak.
The palate, not palate, the finish is quite long as well.
Robust, right? It
Yeah.
sticks around. Usually the more syrupy ones it tends to be that way.
Are you sure? So this Benriach, the one they added to make this world blend,
Yes.
technically you can just add one drop and call it a world blend.
It cannot be one drop, it has to at least be a teaspoon.
Okay, a teaspoon then.
Yes, so for those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, teaspooning is an old practice in the whiskey industry where if you want to fuck over another person, take a teaspoon of your garbage and throw it inside a proper barrel of whiskey. Then it cannot legally be called whiskey from that distillery itself. For example, let's say one of the most common brands that you know, Glenfiddich. Everyone here has heard of Glenfiddich, right? Your father drinks a bottle very regularly. Glenfiddich has a very specific version of it called Wathead. Wathead is what we call teaspoon Glenfiddich because they take a teaspoon of Balvenie and they throw it inside barrel. Then from that point onwards, you cannot legally call it Glenfiddich anymore. So the code name for it is called Wathead. It's not easy to find. Usually you find it as an independently bottled form. But then it's fine to them because Balvenie and Glenfiddich are owned by the same company, which is William Grant & Sons. So, you ruin that, whatever. There's a vice versa of it, which is you take a teaspoon of Glenfiddich and you throw it into Balvenie. You end up with what is called Burnside. So that's how we end up with these. You see, like the classification blended malt. This is from our previous episode where we talk about cursed blends or just blending in general. Yeah.
Very cursed blends.
So this is how you get blended malts usually. You take a teaspoon of something, you throw it inside. Then you cannot legally call it anymore. It's now cheaper. The barrel is now cheaper. Of course, naming rights matter. If let's say you're trying to sell off the brand of it. For example, Macallan. Let's say you're trying to sell a Macallan to someone, and then the prestige of the name is there. They have worked a lot. They have invested a lot in marketing. And then, what if you cannot call Macallan by its legal name, Macallan? You end up with one of the bottles that I sold to the bar very recently on behalf of a friend, which is Speyside M. Macallan belongs to a region in Scotland called Speyside, which belongs to the Highlands of Scotland. And then, over there, Macallan is just bloody expensive. And to make it cheaper, sometimes when people buy the barrel from Macallan itself, or Edrington, they don't want to label it as Macallan because it's just too damn expensive. Of course, if it's a very premium barrel, for example, imagine you have a 25-year-old Macallan, it's from 1993, you're trying to sell that. That goes for a pretty penny. But what if you have maybe a 2008 Macallan 12-year-old? Not as worth as much of a premium, however, you could get a full barrel of it. Change the name, and suddenly it's much more affordable for everyone, with still the taste of Macallan whiskey itself at its original cask strength. It just has to be called Speyside something, Secret Speyside, etc. Speyside whiskey.
So is it like a dupe?
It's not a dupe.
You gotta pay a premium or a tax on like using the name of Macallan or something.
Correct. That's called naming rights
Yeah.
inside the industry itself. I'm looking to potentially get someone who used to work in bottling over as a guest for an episode, so there'll be more information regarding that then as and when it happens. Alright?
Alright, back to the Weeb stuff, let's go. So, I'm sure everyone has had, and you have watched at least one anime, music adjacent, music related, featuring a band or like performance. You all have one particular one that you all
Have I?
prefer? Like your favorite of that genre.
Wow.
I mean, yours is Angel Beats lah.
It's tough for me.
No. I'm trying very hard to think if I've ever watched an anime that
I mean,
properly
there's,
involved music.
Your Lie in April.
Oh, yeah, I watched that.
I mean, there's the two
That's-
big ones, right? K-On, Bocce. There's also this one called Given. Not sure if you know about it.
I think it's new, right?
It's like a more niche.
Your genre.
Yeah, it's about math rock, which is
Sorry, math?
Yes.
Like
Crystal
MA
math.
or M?
mathematics.
Oh,
Math
sorry.
rock. So for people who don't really know, math rock is a genre of rock where you have odd time signatures.
Oh.
Yeah.
So those.
And like weird rhythms and all this stuff.
Hello.
So given it's an anime about specifically that, there's also Kids on the Slope, which is jazz.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it?
Yeah.
But those are the ones that I know,
I mean, if we go all the way back, Hibike Euphonium.
I
All
heard
the
it. I
way
heard it.
back.
Very concert band vibes. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard Your Lie in April. Do you have one that you prefer?
But name a few more so that I can see if
Mm.
my memory can be jogged.
I mean, there's one that is not an anime. It's a manga that got converted into a live action.
What's
It's
it?
called Solanin,
Ah.
which I don't know if
You told me
It's
about
my
this,
favorite live action adaptation
Oh,
of all manga. Actually, no, I'm just very biased.
We don't have enough minutes to cover like the thesis that you wrote about this. So.
Effectively, I don't know, it's like, cause y'all do music in Singapore, right? You're in the music scene. I'm sure y'all have your own stories about how you came into the music scene and what your aspirations are in terms of like the end goal of
I do, it's
music.
called pissing off my boss.
Sorry?
I do, it's called pissing off my boss.
Why?
Because my boss here is a very big blues fan and he hates modern pop and he hates pop rock.
Alright.
It's just that sometimes
Something
when he's
Green
not
Day.
around, I like to change the music of this place, and when he walks in, sometimes he's like unaffected. Then he realizes when he's out of his hangover or he's out of his like post-run fatigue. Then he'll be like, "Oh, I've let this slide long now. this atrocity needs to stop."
Is that why he's a whiskey man?
I don't think so. I think the Whiskies and the Blues part are slightly separate, but they do tie in very well. So I'm kind of trying to remember off the top of my head, but his very good friend is a blues musician. Is a blues musician. He's a guitarist. So if you see the guitar that's located inside the bar, or you have seen it before, that belongs to him. The guy is a sound engineer. It's part of his trade, and they both studied together at NTU as well. So. My boss here is a civil engineer by training, but I'm not sure about his friend, who is allegedly Singapore's best blues guitarist. So, and then they started drinking together. They started joining Walker Gold, bro. So I mean, we all had our low points in life. I started Jack Daniels after some X in SES. Then there was that. But then they started doing Johnny Walker Gold together as friends, and then shit happened, and now we end up here today. Maybe about 20-something years ago.
So that's his villain backstory.
Yes, that is correct.
Back to the guests. Yes. So where I was coming from is like, given like there's a whole range of like ways that indie music, or like when people come into the music scene, their story is portrayed in anime lah. Is there any that you all particularly like relate to, or something that represents more? Do you feel like it represents your experience?
Have you heard of Blue Period?
Yes.
Period.
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it beyond the manga.
Is that a very fucked up one?
No.
Okay.
No. Is this boy that
It's an art.
draws?
Yeah, it's an art.
Then basically he draws during like I don't know which senior or junior high school times. Then he graduate and he wants to go into an art school, but art school is like freaking expensive.
Yes.
But he still wants to go there, so and like everyone around him says like, no 这种东西没有用的。
True, I believe his
Yeah.
mother or something was saying that art school is worthless.
So the typical Asian experience.
Yeah,
lah.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
Then in the end he still joins the school to pursue his passion. Then he got all the like mental block, all those throughout the series.
Right.
Then eventually, I don't know I forgot the ending already, but
Oh, it's in
I
a civilization.
forgot the ending.
No, the civilization is still ongoing. But the
I see.
anime has already had its run.
Yeah. So it explains a lot about how doing art in this kind of society is like very hard, and definitely it's all about passion and no future. I guess. Yeah, and people still want to pursue it, and I know a lot of friends that are doing it and it's really if your passion your fire just dies, right, then that's the end already. Like you have no safety net, you have no plan Bs, so you just have to keep pushing your passion even though it's gonna be like work. Yeah, I think that's the hardest part for this kind of people.
Is that you though?
Me, no, almost.
Almost.
I wanted to, but my parents just say, no, I just get an engineering job or some shit.
That is a typical Asian experience.
Yeah.
It does bring me a bit to a certain point in, you know, Blue Lock, DE,
Yeah,
football,
Yeah.
Can you even call it football anymore?
football,
Adjacent.
football. You know, Blue Lock literally acronyms to BL, and that's pretty much what it's close to. But in one of the, I believe Germany versus, this is, I hope it's not too much spoilers, but in Germany versus what I think is Italy, in the Blue Lock Neo Egoist League, which is the most recently concluded arc of the story. So the coach for the Italian team was talking to the protagonist, one of his rivals. So Mark Snuffy is his name, and he was saying something along the lines of, what does it mean to be a professional, right? Because let's say what drives you to play football. Then Baro, who is the main character's rival, says that it's his desire to be the king of football in his own realm. But then, and he says that he's a genius. But then, so what happens if your genius doesn't last? In the same way as your investment and interest in arts don't last, will you still have the compassion to yourself to take away your identity from this particular sport, this particular thing that you're very invested in, and to still hold value in yourself individually despite burning out? I think this is quite important, because if let's say you spend so much time into one craft and then your fire for it dies, right? Will you still be able to hold on to your identity as your own person, even though you have attached so much value towards it, and suddenly, bam, it's just gone. It dies, it fizzles. It's like me and fitness. Like, what happens if one day I can no longer lift? Will I still be able to be happy with myself?
Isn't that just a skill issue?
I would like to think that it is, but complicated emotional skill issue, you see. That's why.
The fact that you can't pursue it any longer, isn't that just a skill issue?
Maybe. But the question is more like the compassion towards it. Imagine if you could no longer blow your flute.
I mean, I was never that attached to it.
let's say your musical talent ends one day. Will you still be kind to yourself if that ends?
I have a safety net that I can fall back on, so I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah lah.
I'll still be a professional kidnapper no matter what.
True. I guess this is a difference in circumstance lah.
Yes.
You know, considering that you're not so vested
And I'm
into
not very
this.
I feel like there's no way to just die out. Because if you live and breathe what you are doing, then you are living. So if you like, let's say you lose your opportunities and events and blah blah, how people look at you is you are a musician. Like let's say you're a musician. How people look at you is, oh, you're the guy that plays music, and that's the only impression they have in their mind. So as you have no more job and like maybe like downtime or something like that, in a sense the world still moves, and the friends and families will still remember you as a musician. That's how I feel.
I mean, one way I can look at it is like professional athletes. Since you brought football, right?
Yeah.
They don't play their whole lives. They
Yes.
only play for like a peak period when they're physically like in their peak, right? And
Yes.
then after that they have to retire because they're not competitive anymore.
I mean,
So what
they
happens?
pivot to a bit more of like a media promotional kind of role usually, as like their fallback option, leveraging onto their previous like fame.
Yeah, like same for esports, right?
Yeah.
Like all the
Exercise, bro. I recently saw the man show up on one of the ads.
Dude, Chloe is freaking coach of some South African team, man. Dude hasn't made, but yeah.
It's true. Like they do end up still retaining a good bit of their legacy. You know, earn your legacy, as World's 2025 would put it. And then this is how they continue on using it.
So to answer your question, it's a skill issue because they didn't pivot. It's like saying that you're gonna go hard and then die young and then burn out, and then there's no future plan. It just means that you failed to plan.
Speaking of pivot, I'm going to pivot us onto an alcohol
Alright.
topic because I feel that there's a very strong need
It's
for the
time.
liquor industry to pivot. I mean, you can already tell, Ben talks about the random topics here. I talk about the more business-centric issues that happen and arise within the topics that we bring about lah. So the thing is, have you seen this very recent article? I believe it says that there has been a couple $1 billion, like $40 billion drop in terms of like the liquor market.
Drop that's in like what? The
Like, not
stock
Bitcoin
crash
drop.
What do you mean
globally or locally?
Alcohol stocks take $1 trillion hit as drinking habits change.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
None of it.
Yeah. So, there's been a very big change in the drinking industry as a whole because allegedly Gen Z doesn't drink anymore. I think it's capped. I think they are just drinking at home. But because you drink at home, expenditure is not as high because think about it. I don't need to pay the inflated rate of drinking at a club
Fair enough.
and getting drunk and then puking and then I'm half naked outside Zoom. Instead, you can just do this at home and half naked in your bedroom, which is a lot safer than if you are on the streets. Right? Now, aside from the people who are out there for the streets themselves, one thing to really consider is that the liquor industry doesn't really have much of a way to pivot. See, Japan actually has a very good deal of this. For example, for you guys don't really know what Japanese liquors, like what kind of Japanese liquors are there in the market, right?
No.
No. I'm sure you've heard of sake, right?
Yamazaki.
Yamazaki is a whiskey distillery, yes.
Yeah.
No, so, one thing is that most Japanese whiskey distilleries nowadays are actually shochu or sake distilleries that chose to pivot, or sake breweries that chose to pivot, because they realized that there are various internal changes in the country regarding demand and supply for rice and for sake and for shochu, all these different Japanese alcoholic beverages that they don't actually produce a lot of money. Right? Sake in Japan is extremely cheap. if you were to go for free flows, bro, you could probably drink your fill of like multiple bottles a night, and it would still maybe be like sub $20, something along that line. Of course, it wouldn't be the most amazing bottles, but you can roughly tell that it is still quality stuff. Whereas internationally, there's a much higher demand for whiskey, for example. And so what they started doing is that they started turning their stills into whiskey producing stills. They started producing whiskey of what they already had of their stock. So that if let's say you produce sake, which has a very a very terminal shelf life, just distill it and turn it into whiskey, and boom, suddenly you have something. Of course, you can't call it like single malt whiskey, but you can still call it like a distilled spirit or something else, or turn it into a rum, or turn it into something else. That's what pivoting would be for like these spaces. Internationally, I don't know how this would work out, because think about it, look at this. So many people are no longer able to pivot into the general market, and this makes me very concerned regarding like the future of manufacturing for liquor especially. Now, one thing that I think is very essential is economy of scale, because this links very well into my next topic, which is if you look over here, where's my one little can of this. This here is a coffee that is produced by Suntory. I'm sure you all know Suntory, right? Yes, Suntory is a Japanese beverage manufacturer that produces a lot of things, of which they produce a couple of whiskeys. And then they produce stuff like this, general drinking stuff. Suntory Boss Mellow Cafe on like can 250 grams. So my point here is kind of like Suntory produces a good amount of stuff, and because of this, they are not as they're not as badly affected as places that hyper specialize in the production of things. For example, Suntory produces a pretty well-known blend called the Hibiki, the series of blends there. They also do portfolio a few other things, most notably the Yamazaki, as well as the Hakushu. Those are two very well-known single malt whiskies that turn up inside the market. Now, the fact of the matter is that whiskey is probably not something that's going to last infinitely forever, although we can argue that it is the best tasting spirit all around. Like, do you think it's the best tasting spirit?
I mean, it's very versatile.
But is it the best tasting?
I do love my
as the co-host of Whiskies and Weebs.
I do love my peats. You can never beat a good peat.
Right.
I don't know,
What do you
Aperol spritz.
Aperol spritz.
All
That's a
day.
cocktail, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I love cocktail.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think I'm not at that age yet.
Bro, he's
Like-
he's your age. What do you mean?
No, but okay,
Actually,
maybe
we're also kind of our age.
Yeah,
I
bro.
feel like
It's 1 year older than you.
whiskey is for the older uncle.
Hey, that's cap. That's cap.
People also see
I feel
different spirits with different age.
That's true.
I saw as a dumb.
I feel like a bit of an insider take is that there's a very specific subset of cognacs and certain drinking habits regarding certain whiskeys that end up being seen as old people drink. For example, Martell. Martell is kind of like a business drink in as much as for the bigger Chinese population, baijiu and other related or the other brands of baijiu like Malt, Liangye, all of these tend to be business drinks where you cheers, get drunk, and you sign papers, right? People love to water it down. They love to water down cordon bleu, for example, or drink it with water. But some of this can be done together with whiskey bottles as well. So more artisanal whiskey tends to be far and away from this usage pattern because they tend to be much higher in proof, tend to be much higher alcohol percentage. And another thing to consider is that they are very distinct in their flavor. Single barrels oftentimes have their own unique tasting notes that would be far and away from what a master blender might find very desirable in a commonly released batch of whiskey. For example, Glenfiddich 12 is supposed to taste like Glenfiddich 12 and not like Glenfiddich something else.
Predictable.
Yes, right. It's really predictable. It's true. That's why master blenders are there, because when you mix like 50 different barrels together, you kind of still want it to taste very similar, right? And what happens if let's say you taste this batch, not fit to be Glenfiddich 12. I need to add something else inside to balance out the taste. That's where the expertise comes in. It's like, What do I need to put inside there? With that said,
AI proof.
yes, it is actually. I think manufacturing is to a very large degree. Yeah.
Is this podcast true intention to make me appreciate whiskey and get into it next time?
I feel like fundamentally there is a side outcome that happens to a guest, but
Now I'm interested.
yes. So we will see you for future episodes over here, right?
It's just free drinks, man.
It is true. So before I digress too much, we should go to our last drink and then we can spend all our remaining time talking about various things. Okay? Perfect. So this here is a Irish whiskey. Now there's been a very strong contention between who actually is the first creator of whiskey, and this is what we also call independently bottled whiskey. This is by our friend who provided the bottles of water, Chris from Three Musketeers. I got this bottle off him. It's a vetting, so it's a blend of Irish whiskies together, and aged for 17 years old. It's still a very modern bottling, but I would suggest that you will give this a try. Irish whiskey tends to be very fruity. I've not tried this myself, and essentially everyone is trying this for the first time.
I feel like I have this, not sure.
It'll be very hard to get this unless you got it
It's the
off.
same shape.
Yes, the shape is very common.
Oh.
So my boss likes to say that as someone who works in oil and rare whiskey, you actually need to memorize the bottle number
Oh.
because you never know when someone's trying to sell you a fake.
Oh.
The label could be the same, but the bottle may be manufactured differently. So you don't look at it, then you wouldn't know, right?
It's like a Fender serial number.
The what?
Fender serial number.
Oh.
You know, like Fender, the guitar company.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about the car and
Yeah. It's also like how the telly body is always the same, the shape.
Yeah, this is very light. It's only 41.4%. From my understanding, this particular bottler doesn't have a lot of extremely heavy stuff. But one thing that is usually very pertinent and I can already smell it off my hands is that Irish whiskey tends to have a very specific kind of green fruits smell. Yeah, this one is a lot lighter. I think it's more of the apples kind of notes, which you can usually find with Cooley, I think, is one of the Irish distilleries. So let's first give it a very good nose. Oh yeah, very young, modern fruits. This is prototypical Irish whiskey. Which is good. I think these independently bottled ones stand far and away from the commercial ones that you find, for example, Dealings, Connemara, the other Middleton stuff, Redbreast, Red Popeye. Right? Like 41.4%.
very like. No, on the nose is very like very. I guess.
What are you guys getting over there?
Yeah, fruit.
Same,
I
light
can smell the
fruits,
fruit, yeah.
simple, it's chill. So one thing that you could do is if you ever want to try and characterize your drinks a bit better, you can go to DrinkX, and one thing that they do is that they actually come with some tasting guides in order to help you out on this. For example, if we look at what the founder of 80 Bamboo, which is this fellow over here, 111 Hot Pot, you can see that it provides some little notes regarding the drink itself. For example, cacao, nutty, milk chocolate, brown sugar, oats. So these are all flavors that you can commonly find from different drinks.
So this will be what, sweet?
Sweet, orchard fruits, green fruits. Usually those are notes that I would characterize with. Then when we taste it, then we can actually identify what other flavors we might dig out from this, or we might tease out from this. So gentlemen, without any further ado, cheers.
I can imagine the grapes hanging out in the sun.
Really?
Oh man, sun-dried grapes.
Smells like apple high chew.
Mmm. Oh yeah, man. Apple. It's like fresh apple juice, like from the fruit itself, not the artificial. Not like the carton.
It's giving cider. Like really strong cider.
Really strong cider. Yeah. This is actually a nice characteristic style of independently bottled Irish whiskey. I had to cut that out. It was very loud. It was not my stomach, it was someone driving by and was like.
Yeah, no, I think he did in really.
Seems like younger or something.
I think it's fairly old, aged 17 years. one thing to know about whiskey and their age statements, especially if they are blend or they are vetted, is that the age usually denotes the youngest component in the whiskey itself. So for example, Glenfiddich 12-year-old may actually have an 18-year-old barrel that was put inside, or the youngest barrel that was used for it was a 12-year-old barrel. So as long as it standardizes the taste to be what you would expect it to taste like, which is like shit for Glenfiddich 12 modern day one, then I guess we're never getting that sponsorship from William Grandsons then. Whoops. And we just had the brand ambassador here yesterday. Whoops, I guess.
Unless I do something about it.
Ah, yes. Censor that. Thank you. Alright. So, see, nice, light, and fruity.
Yes.
Quite like this one.
Yes. This one, very pleasant.
Smooth,
you could say.
I want to say refreshing, but this is whiskey.
Hey, so put it in a highball and you get a very refreshing drink. But very expensive for highball, so might as well
I
not do
don't
that.
think this would it do well. I don't think
It would definitely do an highball. Because it's an ex-bourbon style, so compared to the sherries which tend to have their grapiness get very affected by the carbonic acid, usually they tend to go a lot better.
Interesting. I only know about the heated highballs because that's the only thing I drink.
Yes.
Clearly.
Now, there's one thing which I think is a very pertinent thing if we are talking about Irish whiskey itself and coffee, which is, I'm sure you've heard of this, right? The Irish coffee itself.
It's good.
It's good?
And sweet.
Ah, yes. So, Irish coffee has very fun origins. However, the main thing you know about this is that I like to think that the whiskey itself, the base, actually makes a very, very big difference in the flavor overall. Like, I've tried it with what's that shitty green colour one called? Green colour Irish whiskey called?
Jameson.
I tried Jameson, I tried Dealings, I've tried it with a few other things.
Yeah.
But I like to think that very meh.
You can't make. No, I don't think you can make Jameson taste good.
Bold statement. I don't know, man.
Well, you're not getting that sponsorship. I don't think you want it though.
Yeah, I think we'll stay far away from that thing.
Oh yeah, far and far away.
The last time that thing happened, no, just no.
Yes. But there's something that if you're all very like keen to do is that we could try here is if you would like to do some Irish coffee right now, we have these drip coffee packets over here that you can take a gamble on.
Hey, don't be weak. There's like
And then I have hot water over
coffee
here.
extract, man.
And I have hot water
I
over
would
here.
like to sub myself out.
Oh, there's coffee extract right there, man.
What
Is it
coffee?
too light?
I wouldn't know, but
There's coffee extract right there,
I'm
man.
gonna just sub myself out right now.
Alright.
we have a new representative here to join us for the rest of the episode. Welcome back, Lucius.
Dude looks like he's seen some things that he wants to forget in life.
Bro!
That you can never never forget.
Welcome back to the Whiskies and Weebs podcast, bro. It's been a long time since the dick gobbling that happened on screen.
Don't remind me.
So maybe just some introductions first, Lucius. This is Seong. Seong is Lucius. Lucius is our homie, one of the close comrades of Whiskies and Weebs. Seong's the guest of today's episode. He is a coffee man. He runs his own business called Ruey Xuan. Is it Ruey Xuan?
Cool, no?
Co-founder, co-owner of Ruey Xuan. And then he's also a musician like Ben. He's a massive weed.
Calling me a musician is
You were a musician.
used to be.
Yes, you were. Past tense. Right? And right now we happen to be on the topic of who would like to do an Irish coffee. Bro, look, he's very emotive, so we have no choice.
Yeah.
He's heavily ordained.
Are we using this?
You want to? You know, it does say that the ingredients here are supposed to involve hot brewed coffee.
Zero enough.
No, that's far from it. What do you want about, bro? I happen to have hot water over here, so we can actually do this right now. So I'm just gonna. For those of you who I just have a nice glass over here.
How weak are you?
What?
How weak are you?
What do you mean, how weak am I?
Brew coffee? For the cool stuff.
That's the worst thing can happen, right?
How are you gonna make that warm?
Sorry?
How are you gonna make that warm?
Do we really need it to be warm?
Ideally. Why?
Ah, I think I put it chip.
Now it is slowly filling with the hot water.
You guys can go figure.
Yes. I wanted to just close off the topic about music and anime. Like,
Very hot.
because
That's why I
in
burn myself
the
here. Don't burn Ben by accident.
stay away.
Oops.
Oh, but because in anime you find a lot of like different portrayals of the characters, like their end goal lah. Like what they wanted out of the nice.
Relax, brewing bro.
What they wanted out of their journey in music. So different characters have different end goals. Like some just want to form a band, some want to like perform on a grand stage. Freaking Yola and April, they are professional
The
musicians.
true One Piece with the friends who came along with me.
Yeah.
Hey, One Piece is a music anime.
He's a
Luffy is
freaking
a
musical.
drummer. Luffy is a drummer. Think about it. He is the son of Joy Boy.
I think most animes they just try to represent life itself. Like yeah, their contents are just from real life stories and all. Trying to basically share life with real life. I guess.
Life experiences, learnings. I think rather than that is we should never take things from always like a positive learning experience kind of thing. I think sometimes it's just about sharing the quality or experience or emotions of life itself. You know,
But it feels like
Jinsei.
a lot of the anime in the arts are more like idealistic, or like the idealistic portrayal of what it's like in the scene, or more like perhaps what it's like as a professional in that area of the arts. Like if you look at Gintama, it's about a bunch of professional manga drawers. No, not Gintama. Shit, what's that one? What's
Shirobako? No.
no, the other one.
Bakugan?
No.
No. Bakugan. No.
Bakugan.
Bakuman.
Bakuman, yes. It's about a bunch of like amateur manga artists trying to go pro. Your Lie in April is a bunch of professional musicians who perform like professionally.
Very good. I found Bakugan.
What else are there? It's like there's this portrayal of like an angle of like something grand, or you want to be like at the pinnacle of things. But I don't know, does it resonate with you, the kind of anime that you see when it's representing like music, or you just take it with a grain of salt? It's like
It's kind of warm.
artistic liberty.
I mean, to an extent, I guess, like, no matter what they portray, it's usually too optimistic. Like, how are you gonna get there when you're down here? I mean, maybe by luck, yes, but eventually, you just get motivated
Still be warm,
for
though.
a while, then realize nothing's gonna work out near that way now.
As a musician yourself, right? How does that like? Do you have any particular feelings when you watch those kind of like, I guess, feel good anime? Because honestly, when they portray it like that, it's really quite feel good. Like,
It's brown sugar.
when the underdog overcomes great adversity to become like to reach the pinnacle, to perform at the Budokan or something.
Nah, I think those are fake. but the ones that don't succeed, yes, the one like resonates more, because they understand how it's like to feel, and you understand. So it's like,
I guess it's a very shonen portrayal of most of the time.
yeah. Actually nowadays in Singapore, have you all realized that like weebs are like more open?
Yes.
Yeah,
For sure.
since
Like oh no, like during like 7 years ago, kind of timing.
I think so. I was there at the first AFA and people were very veiled about. They were mostly. You didn't see a lot of cosplayers at that time. You did see a lot of people drawing like things on the free to draw boards. You saw you saw like gamers, mostly card gamers. I think at that time, Wacom and a lot of indie dev games were starting to come out. Then, as this continued to grow, I believe that the cosplayer community grew along with it, to the point where you start to see people queuing up outside cosplay. You start to see like a lot of interactions in the level below on Suntech, and then people were starting to be very open about what kind of animes they like, the fact that they watch anime for 8 hours a day or something like that. And then it only gets like bigger and bigger. Like industries grew about it. Cosplaying became like an actual legitimate gateway into amateur modeling or professional modeling. That's the truth. Aside from that, you end up with many different people taking part as entrepreneurs in like artist alleys, creative fairs. You saw a greater appearance of these events taking place across the year as well. Yeah.
Last time when you're a kid, are you like scared to tell people, or like you're open about it?
No, I feel like the way I grew up actually facilitated my openness towards it. So when I was in primary school, the first AFA was I believe in 2008. I did not start watching much anime at that time. I think I only started really watching anime a lot come to P4, P5. I was mostly watching One Piece and Naruto and some Bleach. That was the time when you have watched Naruto, like there were specific sites to really watch this. No, but earlier than that, I was watching it on
some
Cartoon
questionable
Network.
stuff on that.
No, I was watching Naruto on Cartoon Networks.
Animax.
Yeah, and then One Piece was from the old Kid Central.
Yes.
So was Dragon Ball Z to be exact.
Yes.
Avatar
So-
the Mass Vendor.
So at that time, right, I didn't have many friends, but the few friends I did actually like watch anime together with me, and that was cool. So that was fine, right? When I went to Maristella, so boys' school, so you just surrounded by dudes. I was very lucky to have like classmates who actually watch anime. Yeah, like good number of them. So Lucius is met like one of them. They like he was very into Gundam at that time. Like he was collecting quite a fair bit, and he's basically my best friend. So like from that time, so there was always someone that I could talk about this, and there was never really a massive like stigmatization in boys' school. You know, there's no one who is really going to like beat you down. I believe everyone was too busy trying to, put it not so kindly, trying to kill off the autistic guy. So,
Yes. Correct.
that aside, that never happened. So you didn't see like a Marcella murder case or suicide case on the news. But with that said, you come to JC. It was also nice to see that hey, there were plenty of people who were also into fitness, who also did watch a good amount of anime, and at the time was slowly getting more mainstream. And the same thing when I went to NS, surrounded by dudes who also watch anime and talked about it, and it's not like they made it like their whole life as well. I was never that extreme, but you could find camaraderie among people who were there, and it was never really bashed down to the point you were never really demonized for it, or I was never really demonized for it. You know, there was never really anyone who bullied me for watching anime. Other people did get bullied for that, but that's because they were very bullyable people, and they made themselves victims, and they seemed to really like it. So I was like, what? Stand up for yourself, man. Come on. And then that happened. Yeah, and the same thing. Once you went to uni back in 2019, bro, that time people were really like it was very well accepted. There was the Weeb Society in NTU already at the time.
And then
Right.
COVID happened.
Then COVID happened. And then that's how I ended up with my FYP topic of, I basically did my best to insert anime into my FYP topic to piss off my professor who I nominated as my supervisor. I still got an A, so that tells you something. It's definitely not a skill issue. If it's a skill issue, it's the fact that I didn't get A+. But you look at how shoddily my report was written, I believe it's still a bit better than Mike Rutel's PhD thesis. So that's one thing I say.
I can say it was a very yaoi topic.
True. No, so my FYP was looking at a topic of inspiration, essentially the use of social media or use of muscular images on social media to inspire others to exercise. And the fundamental thing regarding that is people make comparisons. We call that social comparison as a construct. So that means that I can compare myself to Ben, compare myself to Lucius, compare myself to you, say, and then I can compare myself upwards, downwards, or laterally. So let's say if you are smaller than me, I look, and I don't think that being small is very impressive. I compare downwards, that means I think I'm superior. If I see like Arnold, for example, and then Arnold is clearly a superior physique, I compare upwards. And then let's say I see someone equally chunky, let's say Lucius, right? We're similar heights, we're similar builds. From a pure visual perspective, I compare laterally because okay, he's my height, he's similarly chunky as I am. Okay, nothing really to bad to compare about. We're very similar size. So when you compare this way, you start to experience different feelings. And what I tested at least were two things. The first is the point of inspiration, which is exercise and motivation. We need to see if this shit actually makes people feel motivated to work out. Clearly it didn't. It has a positive effect for everyone, but it's not significant as far as statistics go for my little study. It does, because the fundamental basis of this is real anime training or anime motivation videos for working out. That was what I myself watched many times when I was 15 all the way to 18.
Wait, what an example?
Let's say if we go to YouTube and then I'm just gonna ask Ruey Xuan to apply a very massive course in blow over this.
There's a fitness anime.
Done there.
Bro, this is one of the iconic ones, bro. Fort Minor, bro. One of the most iconic anime motivation videos that you can see over here, right? So these were some of the old clips that you could find regarding anime training, and there was a dude who actually created workouts on this called Real Anime Training. So the second construct that I looked at is body dissatisfaction, which is something that is quite well established. That when you make comparisons, usually when you compare upwards, you feel that you're very bad in terms of your physique in comparison to the person, and thus you feel worse about it. So you feel dissatisfied with your own physique at that point in time. Thing is, this is all at the end of the day a question of your own psychology. So if let's say you compare and you feel worse, you're losing in life. If you compare and you don't feel anything, you're fine. If you compare and you're always comparing downwards, even though you may not be the most physically superior, you're probably an arrogant prick. But if you are not too attached to the meanings behind it, and you're winning in life, you feel confident in yourself, you don't feel affected when you compare other people, then I think that's what makes you a king in that regard.
What about those that compare, but they put in the effort to achieve it?
Eventually, they should see that their dissatisfaction goes down. But I think it's impossible to fully distance yourself away from comparisons. Because, like it or not, you don't just always compare to others, you compare within your own states. So it's like, what if you used to be really shredded, and then you got hit by a truck, touch wood, and then you end up injured, you lose your gains, and then now you need to restart to zero. You will compare to what you achieved before and be like, I need to get this. And that could make you actually demotivated at a point in time, or you feel extreme feelings of dissatisfaction with your current physique, and you blame the accident for it. And so the way that Weeb stuff came in is that I got real models, so I went onto Instagram, and then I kind of took screenshots of a shit ton of dudes. And then I went onto not so legal websites, and I took screenshots of various training scenes in anime, and I compiled them into the initial selection criteria. So it's kind of like a validation test to see whether people thought that the physiques were superior or not. So whether they did upwards or lateral comparisons or downwards comparisons, which shouldn't be the case. So after validating and getting very strong evidence for these photos being upward comparisons, I then released them on a weekly basis for people to observe and see whether they are exposed to the pictures. So they had to like it on Instagram. Afterwards, the subjects would then have to fill in how they felt regarding their body dissatisfaction and their exercise motivation.
Spending hours on an online database searching for shredder dudes.
Sounds
Very,
about right.
very, very not a sus thing to do.
First of all, you make it sound like I'm not inside like bodybuilding circles.
I
That's
mean,
basically looking at dudes in posing shots.
That's why the gym bros are kind of very sussy yaoi group right there.
But it doesn't change the fact that I'm straight. So.
I'm very happy that there's a lot of AF gyms
I can't say yes because I technically am working for a separate 24-hour gym. So 247 Fitness, shout out. There's one opening at Cross Street. This is not a paid ad. Aside from that, I freelance at another gym that's located at Bras Basah. That is 24 hours, but it's a bit more niche. Anytime Fitness has their own like way of doing things because it's a mostly franchise-based model. I think that gives them a good bit more flexibility, objectively speaking. However, of course, it is into the market share lah. It's easy to open because of the franchise model. People can turn over easily, but I think the fact that the rental market is getting more and more dog shit per year is putting a blood into this shortly. If rents continue at the pace that they did in maybe about 2016, this might actually be a bit more sustainable.
No bro, rents are never a problem, man. Rent is not a problem.
I think it is in this context. For example, if you paid 4K rent versus 16K rent, and then your utilities on top of that, for the same space, the same square foot, what a difference you need to charge and what a difference the profit you get.
Oh man, Big Daddy Lawrence said it wasn't a problem. He said it must be true.
Actually, speaking of rents, you're working in a home-based business, right? Do you find that it significantly improves like your quality of work as well as like the cost of goods that come about with the coffee?
This is hard to say because we run purely by hobby and passion. But if you talk about rents, like I know like there are a few bosses out there that are like I mean example like media film houses, which is, what do you call it? Production studios. Their rent as compared to their revenue is like you have to find gigs to cover for the rent. It's kind of competition race this is a race. But for my side, I don't think we need to think about it yet. Yeah.
Until like skill comes into play and commercialization happens.
Yeah, like business skill.
Proper business, because it's still a hobby thing at this stage, right?
As in, I don't think barista skills will ever come in play into these kind of things.
I guess I got two last questions. Firstly, what is your end state? What's your end goal for music? Like as a musician, what is your end goal at this time?
It has always been changing, and I don't think there's an end goal. Like maybe like last time I'm like, okay, maybe the end goal is to like play on the biggest stage possible, like play in Japan or something like that. But now at this age, my end goal is like, I want to have a conducive community. Like I want more people to appreciate the music that we do. So like community basically. So I think it will always be changing though, and when I reach those goals, right, eventually they'll have more goals. Like who knows, like maybe influencing people into music, or maybe like starting out business or like creating event spaces, something like that. Yeah, so I think it's always changing more.
Because you were saying that your initial goal was to play on like the grand stage, like very shonen kind of goal, like the dumb ideals of youth. But then now, I guess as having experienced the industry and grown up a bit, you have changed your goals with that. I guess, I don't know, if you were, say like, when you were maybe 10 years ago, when you first got into the scene, if that person were looking at you now, would that be something like, would they say it was you just got this illusion, you just gave up? Or would you say that it's more maturing, finding out that maybe your initial goals were not what you really wanted?
I wouldn't say that. It's more like after seeing the good and bad side of the world, then you will like realize like actually the good is not that great after all. Then you'll be like, cause like example like playing stages bigger after bigger, then eventually like the big stage becomes small, the bigger stage becomes smaller. So like I start to wonder like actually what's the point of playing bigger stages? Like what's the point of like playing music and all? Then I realized maybe it's not about the big stages. Like cause I have a lot of friends that are like playing with them besides Benjamin King, play with Lee Jin Jie, that kind of people. Then think about it, actually they also not earning much.
Oh, they aren't? Oh shit.
Like in the end, they're just living their life playing music, and they are, even though we look up to these kind of people, they are still humans. Like they still laugh, make mistakes and all. So after seeing that side of the world, then you'll be like, maybe aiming for a big stage is not the angle after all. Yeah.
It's nice, but it's not exactly like the be all end all.
Yeah, it's like the grass is not greener on the other side.
Okay, before you get to your third question, gentlemen,
Sure.
there's one thing that I want to recount before Ben asks his final question. So this is something that I had planned, actually unplanned for this part of today's episode, but I just so happened to run into this when I was in Donkey earlier. So when I was in Japan, right, while I was bumbling around the strip mall in Morioka, I ran into this tiny coffee place that was hidden inside like I don't know, just it's a very small place. It was an indoor smoking coffee place. So this is one of the dishes that they gave as like a accompaniment, as a pairing for coffee that I ordered. You know, I walked in, I felt pressured. I was like, okay, I will buy like one drink. I thought there would be interesting whiskey here. I was scammed. There was no interesting whiskey there. Just probably Lao Hong inspired stuff. Lost light, but can't verify. I didn't buy it. Right? So this here is something that Doug earlier. It is Dominus and almond.
Oh.
And I find that it actually makes a very nice umami-ish kind of pairing together with coffee, but it'd be good to try this together with whiskey and see like, whether there's any difference. So who would like top-ups?
This is starting to taste weird.
Well then.
Have you actually taste something good?
You know Japanese coffee, you know those shops they go into? The different organ of coffee, man.
They are crazy, man. They
From
take their
Morgan
coffee to a crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not specialty coffee, it's just their blend, their home blend, and they brew in that siphon shit.
Yes.
And it tastes nothing amazing, but somehow it's just comforting. Then you, if you smoke, you drink and smoke. Wow. You see all the auntie uncle drinking while reading newspaper.
Yeah, so give it a try. So normally the way we like to do pairings is you take the item, you chew it a bit in your mouth, then you take a sip and you hold it and you chew a bit more. And you see whether it draws out special flavors when you do this together.
I think it will go better with peated whiskey.
Yeah.
This just cancels out the taste of this.
No, but I think it draws out a bit more flavors of the nuts. It draws out the sweetness of the almond.
It draws out the sweetness of this one.
Yeah.
In the
But yeah, I agree. I think Peter will be better.
definitely stronger, more dominant flavors.
It's okay. When
Because
mouth
this
is
is
a bit more different.
Because this little prick is filled with too much flavor already.
Yeah, boy. You need something. You need like two dominant forces fighting over.
Fire with fire.
Yeah, boy. Just create a bigger fire.
Yes.
Right. I realized there was one more question. Sorry, how long have you been a musician in
Ben
Singapore
is a
already?
political agenda when you
No.
Every time you say musician in Singapore, I just like, shit, am I really a musician?
Singapore
He
music
insults
scene,
himself.
Singapore's music scene is way too small. If you're anywhere in it, I'm pretty like, dude. I have friends in NAFA, and they are just here like, there's no hope in Singapore. One of them has already gone to Germany to pursue like,
Wow.
yeah, he's a flautist, because I used to be band and my section still close enough to them. One of the flautists went to become an artist in the UK. He went to study art there. One of them went to NAFA to get the masters, and one of them went to a conservatory in Germany.
Yeah, those
So
are musicians.
Singapore's art scene is way too small. If you're a part of it, you're good enough to be called a musician, I would say. How long have you been a musician in Singapore?
Like actual outside one is for like 2017.
So at least 8 years already.
Yeah.
So you're pretty experienced in the scene.
Experience the scene, yeah.
Is there any advice or like any words you want to give to like people who want to maybe pursue indie like?
Then I'm just gonna say first, we have like 60 subscribers in this chat.
I mean, dude, if any,
Nah,
dude, it's always good to have like words of inspiration for those who want to, like,
I agree.
yeah, people don't know where to start off.
Wow,
Right.
where to start?
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's a humble guy.
any words you want to
Because
give them. any
I
words of-
want to say, as long as you do what you like, people will eventually come to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my experience that I found out. Yeah, because after so many years, see me walking down the years, like say, oh this friend appeared, then suddenly like join, then like